Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Too Good to Be True podcast. I am your host, Pascal Mayala, and we got a lot of talk about it today. A lot of subject, a lot of things going on today. But first, I want to say thank you very much who is listening to my podcast, whether you're in North America, in Europe, in Asia, Africa, even Australia, everywhere. I want to say thank you very much. And let's ride right now because we got a lot of topics. Not a lot, but small topics. The first topic, we're going to talk about what happened with Cam Newton. Cam Newton, if you don't know him, he is a former quarterback from the Carolina Panthers. And I believe it was Sunday. Yes, Sunday afternoon in Atlanta. He hosted a seven versus seven camp, and in this video we can see Cam Newton has been in a scuffle with a member of the TSP, which I do not know who they are. I'll be honest with you. Maybe it's as a team of youth player or teenagers. I don't know about their age. And if you've seen this video, we can see that Cam Newton is in the scuffle, and we can see people, two person are fighting. I think it was I believe it was youth players or teenager, like I said. You can see Cam Newton trying to separate. He's trying to separate those. He's trying to separate people in the fight, and now he's been sneak attacked by three other people, and and one thing I can see in this video, I'm sorry if you can, I cannot show you the video. If you have seen it on social media, I'm happy for you. This is why I need to do a YouTube channel. I mean, my God, this is why I need to do a YouTube channel. But let's get back to the main story. The main story is that Cam Newton got jumped, and there was a fight in the 7 versus 7. And what is my reaction? My reaction is this is sad. Sad and embarrassment. Number one, why you want trying to fight in a camp with Cam Newton? I mean, what happened to this generation? What happened? Did I just miss something? The young athlete who's coming up has no respect. Has no respect for older athlete. They had no respect. For the yesteryear athlete who came before them. And Cam Newton, he's a big dude now. I believe he's like 6'5", but I believe he's 6'6". 200, I think 260, not 265, 235 pound, I think. My estimation about his height. And he's trying to give back to his community. He doesn't need to do that, but he's trying to give back to the community for young future athlete who want to be an NFL player, who want to provide for their family. But what we see right now is, like I said, the young generation has no respect. I mean, the young generation that's coming up has no respect for the yesteryear. I mean, if I was Cam Newton, I will suspend them, or force them to get out of the camp, because what does it do? That it takes away other people who wants to get the knowledge, who's trying to get the knowledge and having an opportunity to learn from the best. Is, you know what I mean? I don't know what happened. What was the actually, we don't know what happened, the behind the backstory of it. But this is my take, what I tried to say. He didn't need to do that. The guy who tried to punch Cam Newton, and you can see, I'm looking at it again and again and again and again. Cam Newton tried to separate the fight. If we and just for the record, and it's also sad that those kids are not educated. They're not educated very much, and I feel bad for those kids. And I do blame the parents too, because they don't educate their kids how to behave. This is a bad behavior from a kid or a teenager. I don't know how old is he, but it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter the age. The point is, the Cam Newton tried to give you an opportunity for you to learn how to be not professional, to be a better athlete, trying to open up the door for the young generation coming up, want to be a professional athlete. And what do? You trying to ruin others people a chance to be on the next level. I don't have sympathy for that. And just one thing, one last thing before we change the subject. I just realized something during the fight, that his hat hasn't even took off. I mean, I'm just surprised how his hat is still staying in his head, which I was amazed. If I was Cam Newton, I would punish him and not let him come back to the camp, just for the record. And where were the security guard? I mean, I'll be honest with you. Where were the security guard? The, this is what I'm saying. Where were the security guard during the fight, right before the fight? Like I said, the security guard had to be blamed. Should be ashamed of herself. The kid should be ashamed of himself. And I feel bad for the other kids who want to have a good time learning from the best, and to get access, because Cam Newton doesn't need to do that, but he did, because he wants to give back to the community. And I said it on my Twitter, that We don't see that with the Manning brothers in their camp. We don't see with other white athletes. It's only the black people. Only black people can do that. Instead of to elevate ourselves, we're trying to be separate. And there's a I always say that, and I'm gonna say this in French. In French, so I'm sorry, people. I'll use this quote in French. So there's a quote in French. We say, and this is what the African American, actually not just African American, but black people are trying to do. Diviser pour mieux régner. So if I can do that in English, it means that divided for more rain. So that's what I mean when I say that in French. And what's happening in the African black community, and that's the result that we see. They don't care. They try to kill each other instead of lift one on each other. And that's the only that's the thing I'm gonna say. That's all I gotta say about that. Now, now, the big subject I want like to talk about is Russell Wilson. So for those who don't know, he's a quarterback for the actually he's still with the Denver Broncos. The quarterback from the Denver Broncos had a setup with Brandon Marshall and I Am Athlete podcast. By the way, great job, Brandon Marshall, um, for doing an interview with Russell Wilson, and I got a chance to listen to the podcast. I got a chance to listen what Russell Wilson got to say, and there's a lot of things, not a lot, but some two things, a lot of things that he said. I noted, I wrote it. But the one specific important I want to talk, we will get to a couple of minutes, is his time, uh, his relationship with Sean Payton, the Denver Broncos stuff, and what happened to his the second year in Broncos, and why they bench him for the last two games. So I want to go back to the beginning. So Russell Wilson said that, and this is what I noted. I took notes. He said that during the trade from Seattle to Denver, he played through injuries, which is normal. He's old school, like I say, he's old school. So if you ask me what injured did he had, he had a right shoulder when he played against the Raiders, and he's torn his slab, which Brandon Marshall said it was a bad idea to play, which I'll agree with him 100% on that one. And even he even him when he was playing with the Broncos the first year, he was playing through injuries, I'm surprised. Which is old school, like you said, it's old school, which I respect that, because if a player get injured, they won't play. But with Russell Wilson, he played through injuries. Maybe he should haven't played that long during the injury, but he said he wants to play. He wants to play, so I can't control him. He talked about also the year two during his playing time with the Broncos, and when they started the 1-5. If you remember, I believe the Bronco won against the Bear. Let me check on it. I will look at it again. I think it was against the Bear. Yeah, after the victory, after the Bear, I remember. After the victory of the Bear, and they were in the slump. Yeah, it was week 4. Yeah, I believe it was week 4. Week 4 against the Bear, they won that game, and they lost the two previous game. One of them was against the Chiefs and the Jets. He said that this that the Sean Payton new system, it took them a while, which I wasn't surprised, because I said this I didn't do it during my podcast. I said this in my head. I said that it would take a while for Russell Wilson to adjust the new system with Sean Payton. Because if you know Sean Payton, he's very demanding, and Sean wanted Russell Wilson to be like Drew Brees. The system, because Drew Brees and Sean Payton was a marriage made for in sorry, a marriage in heaven. On my head. But but after that is they slowly won. They slowly won some games. And that was the 5 game win streak in a row. And then something I was pretty shocked. And I was shocked to hear that from his mouth, from his mouth, is that Monday he got a call from the front office of the Denver Broncos, and they said that if you don't take the injury guarantee, they will not let him play for the 9 game left in the regular season, which by the way, it is true. Russell Wilson, if you remember the contract, um, and let me do my research about the contract. I believe Russell Wilson. I believe it was $36 million. If I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look. Yeah, it was a 5 year, 242.6 million dollars in 2022. So that means that include the 37 million payment for 2025 that will become a guarantee if he was unable to pass the physical after the 2024 beginning in March. So he signed a 5. Yeah, he did five. No, sorry, he has signed 5 years, $242 million, plus the 30 a guarantee for $39 million in 2024, which is true. If I said 37, it was 39. My bad. My apologize, people. But just the thing that I want to say. why did you give him $39 million for the 2024 guarantee, which is kind of ridiculous. I'll be honest with you, which it was ridiculous. I mean, why do you have to give $39 million in guarantee? That's what I don't understand. But before I will get back to it a little bit, and he said that also that now they were starting slowly winning. I think it was first against if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was they won against the Green Bay Packers, Kansas City Chiefs at home. I believe at home. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, at home they beat Buffalo, they beat the Vikings, they beat Cleveland. That was a 5 game win streak. And by the way, all those 5 teams, with exception of Minnesota, the Minnesota Vikings, were playoff team. Then, in which I was, which like I said, we got back to the Monday night with Monday when he said that he got the call from the front office, and he said that, and I quote, the next week he gets a call from the front office, like I said, about the about the um about the injury guarantee, and he was pretty much confused because if he does not restructure the injury guarantee, he will not play the next 9 games of the rest of the season. So what happened? The National Football League Player Association called Russ to sorry, my bad. I was something was bugging. Like I said, the NFL Player Association called Russ. Even the NFL called Russ to to the don't. My bad. Sorry. Don't take the injury guarantee. So it was pretty much the battle during that season, and he didn't have a choice. But the good news is he did play. He played that Monday night, like you said, against the Buffalo Bills, when like I said, they won their 5 streak, which and after that, after the loss against the Patriot in the loss against the Patriot when the remember that game with the Broncos came back, and then the Patriot kicked the field goal and won the game. So he got that call that they'll bench him the next 2 games, which yeah, the last 2 games of the regular season. And this is sad. But I do blame the Broncos organization to give him the $39 million guarantee with injuries. I don't blame that on Russell Wilson because he's a competitor and he wants to win the game. He wants, like he said, the next 5 years, he wants to win another Super Bowl with the Broncos. I mean, that's what he said during the interview. He wants to come back as a Bronco. he wants to win another Super Bowl for the Denver Broncos. Now I believe he got. I don't think he got cut. So we have to wait in March to get that Russell Wilson will be cut. But here's the thing, in my opinion, in all the thing that I read, and the most specific thing he said, and that I read and that I heard the interview, is that the front office did not want to let him play for the next night game if he doesn't restructure the deal that they gave them, the deal that they gave them, the $39 million guarantee, which I was surprised, and that the NFL Players Association, the NFL Player Association and the NFL got involved. Plus, even the attorney, I didn't even say that. Even the attorney. I was pretty much shocked, surprised like everybody. But here's the thing. I think he will play for another team. I think, like I said, if you ask me which team did I see Russell Wilson play, I think I would love to see him play with Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh. Or I can see him playing for the New York Giants, which I probably think is not. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I can't ignore it. I can't. I could see that, but Steelers make a lot of sense. But that's my opinion. If he wants to stay with the Broncos, let him stay with the Broncos. And I think they could restart. This is my opinion. I think they could restart. But the problem is, the problem is, you gave him a guarantee of $39 million plus with injuries, so he doesn't get paid more. Actually, sorry. So if he get injured, he will get paid. Well, if if you do that, if you let him stay with the Broncos, that mean I don't know how free agency and the draft will affect the future of the Broncos, but if it does, that'll be very bad. And also also in free agency. I mean, that's been a rough year for Russell Wilson in the Denver Bronco uniform. But also that this is my opinion. He's a great leader. I mean, he's a faith he's a believer of a faith like myself. I'm a faith God. He believes in God. I'll be honest with you, and that he led all the decision from the mighty heaven. And I'll agree. I'll agree on that one. But if you want to stay with the Broncos, that's not my problem. But I think he should get the hell out of here. Personally, like I said, the Steelers are a great team, and Mike Tomlin will love play with Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson you will love play with Mike Tomlin. That's all I gotta say about that. That's all I gotta say. Before I continue, I just want to say thank you very much who is listening to my podcast. I'm so grateful. And don't forget to subscribe on Spotify Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcast Manager. And if you want to follow me, well, I'll tell you later. But right now, let's get to another subject. So the Los Angeles Clippers revealed their new uniform for the next season, 2024-2025, with the new logo, and the new NBA court under new arena. I believe it's called. I would say that the Intuit Dome, the new arena for the Los Angeles Clippers, and the new logo. Like I said, I gotta tell you this: the new logo is not that bad. Not just the new logo, but the new jerseys also. Their new jersey, their new jersey, it's look pretty good. I'll be honest with you. I'm sorry if I don't have the a YouTube channel. I will think about it one day. But if I look at it very closely, I think it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. They're home, they're away, and the other jersey, and also their new court, which is pretty cool. The Intuit Dome. I think it's amazing. I think it's smart. It's pretty dope. I think it's a smart way to brand the new identity of the Los Angeles Clippers with the uniform, the dome, and the logo for next season. I can't wait to see the new stadium. Actually, the new arena. Sorry. So if you don't know where's the Intuit Dome, it's in Inglewood, California. It's not that far from the SoFi Stadium. So for the people who live in LA, they can tell you that it's not that far from the older Forum Arena where the Los Angeles Lakers used to play. Remember, if you're a 70s, 80s, and 90s person who grew up in those era when the Lakers were relevant, actually they are relevant, but relevant with Magic, Kareem, James Worthy, Byron Scott, and Michael Cooper, those boys, and they used to play in the Forum in Inglewood, California. So it's not that far. Like I said, it's kind of smart. It's a smart business to rebrand the team. And like I said, I got no problem. I know some people have an issue with the logo, the new logo, and they tell me is the logo is a ship? Yet yes, it is a ship. Number one, it is a ship. It looked amazing. So if you don't know what a clipper is a ship. It's like a boat. It's a boat. Yeah, yeah, like I said, it's a ship during the 19th centuries. I'm trying to look for the definition. So, like I said, the new branding of the Los Angeles Clippers is pretty smart. I might add. That also the All Star are gonna be there too in 2026. So that's pretty cool too. I can't wait to see this. Now, I want to talk about something. What I saw on Twitter again. This is the Too Good to Be True podcast. We talk about culture. We talk about sneakers. I saw a picture of Jay-Z. Yes, Hove wearing his old. I think he's old. I think it's new, old, but it's new. Personally, the S. Dot Carter. Remember, if you grew up in the 2000, like myself, which I was. I grew up. I was there in that era, and and all those rappers will release their sneakers. Remember, like there was one with Daddy Yankee, if you remember him. 50 Cent signed a deal with Reebok. I believe that Daddy Yankee signed with Reebok, if I can remember, but nevertheless. And also Jay-Z had their own sneaker with Reebok. And also he had also the Club 4040 at the time too. I gotta admit something. I never even owned a pair of S. Dot Carter. I never had one. Maybe I was too young to have one. But I remember those rappers got the sneaker deal. And that was also the era of the jersey, baggy clothes, which was pretty cool. Damn, time flies. And I know hip hop has been evolved. We are mature. I'll be honest with you, we have all mature. But I wonder if you guys, do you think that we need a S. Dot Carter Reebok retro right now or not? Because I can tell you that I don't want them back. I can say Allen Iverson sneakers back, but I don't see maybe a G Unit, probably, probably. But the S. Dot Carter, I do not want to see it. I do not want to see it. It is it was a disgusting shoes. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. The S. Dot Carter was garbage. You heard me. Hey, no, you heard me. You heard me. The S. Dot Carter was garbage. Even though I didn't own one. The S. Dot Carter was garbage. So, my personal take is I don't want them. I don't want them anymore. I don't want them. No F. Dot Carter. Okay. So, no more. No. S. Dot Carter. No S. Dot Carter. That's my opinion. Now, a topic I want to talk about is Peter King. If you don't, if you don't know Peter King, who he was, Peter King was a I believe he was a sport writer for Sports Illustrated, and he was part of the media. he announced that he's retired after 40 some years of his career, which I'm gonna say this. Thank you very much, Peter King, that you did your job. And I gotta say this, even though I didn't really pay attention to football as a kid, but I'll always listen to your opinion. What you guys say about that? I'll say about the NFL, the player, free agency, and so on and so forth. And I will say thank you very much. And good luck with your retirement. And I want you to enjoy life. And I will say thank you very much. So I don't have no more topic to say, but I want to say thank you very much who are listening to my podcast. Actually, no. I got another good news. This one is involved with sneakers. So there's a rumor that a sneaker will return in November. And those are the Air Jordan 14 Black Toes. If you are a fan of the Air Jordan, if you have an Air Jordan sneakers, I'll say this. Good. I'll say this. It's great that you guys have an Air Jordan, and also I got some Air Jordan 2. I got some Air Jordan 2 on my on my collection. Actually, most of my sneakers are Air Jordan, but the Black Toe Air Jordan 14 are rumored to return in November of 2024. And I would say that I never wore an Air Jordan 14, but I would not mind to buy one. I'll be honest with you. I would not mind to buy one. To buy an Air Jordan sneakers. But if you're interested, get more detailed information and find out the detail when they're gonna be released. I just want to address the one thing about the if you remember, I talked about the lady who went on stage and dance with the Afrobeat artist Omar. If you remember that, and the boyfriend was Chuckle, like I said, Chuckle, but at the same time, he was pretty disappointed. Well, um, that lady talked went out on her social media and 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 wants to apologize to her boyfriend. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if it will work, but I'll try to a little bit um let the audio. So here we go.
Tell my side of the story because.
Hold on, we started.
Hi everyone. I said I was going to do story time and tell my side of the story because the amount of hate that I'm getting called all types of things that I've never even heard before. Like, it's getting a bit scary, and I keep coming, like, whoa. So I really want to explain myself and address a few rumors as well. But obviously, before I get started, I want to publicly apologise to him. Obviously, me and him, we've had private conversations where we spoke, but since it was public, I think the right thing for me to do is to publicly apologise to him. Like, that was bad, but, you know, it was honestly a mistake. If I knew this would, like, get this far, I wouldn't even go to the concert. I don't know, because this is not worth the hate that I'm receiving. But yeah, since it was public, I want to publicly apologize to him. So yeah, let's just get straight into like the story. The rumors, actually. I want to address the rumors first. So why did okay, first of all, who's Fafa? No, who's that person? Whoever said that my name is Fafa, can you come? No, come please. Because how? I literally went on stage. I literally said my name is Jess. I said it twice. So I don't know how people are getting this information from. That's not my name, please. Like, no. And also people saying that he's the one that bought the tickets. Who told you that as well? Who said he's the one that bought the tickets? It was me. I'm the one that bought the tickets. I wanted me and him to have a good time because, you know, like, we're young. Like, real young. So, like, I thought this was a good thing to do. Let me just take my man to a concert. Let's have fun. Like, that's it. There's nothing wrong with that. I beg. Since when is it illegal to do so? Since when? That just tells you a lot, because us women, we can do things as well. Like, if I want to take my man out, I'll take my man out. So yeah, like I said, it was me. Anyways, also, me and him, like, we've had private conversations about going on stage with Omale, because he does this at his shows. If you really know Omale, you will know that he's done this at his past concerts. Like, this is what he does. This is literally what he does. Like, it's nothing new. So obviously, I said, me and him had this conversation. Like, I said to him, if I was to get called on stage, I'm going to go on stage. And he said that's fine. Like, he's been saying that's fine. Like, me and him never ever had an issue with me going on stage. Even when the time came, like, I think there was a video where people were saying, like, I was moving away from him, like, I was pushing him away. Like, no. Like, Omale literally looked at me and said, he said I want you. So obviously, I just got really excited because Omale is like one of my favourite artists. I don't care what anybody says. Like, you all have favourite artists. I didn't want to hear that. Like, so he's mine. So obviously, he's my favourite artist, not mine. So obviously, I got really excited. I was just genuinely happy. And obviously, when I moved to the side, that was when he asked me to go on stage. I was just waiting for, obviously, the security to get me out of the crowd. That's why I was even stood there.
So you heard what she got to say. And I'm going to say this. I'm glad that she talked to her boyfriend after this. And that to her boyfriend, that it could happen, that I'll say this. Let's rephrase this. I would say this. I applaud the ladies, the woman who expressed herself in a lot, and she did have a lot of hate on what happened on the stage with Omale when she danced in front of him, and the boyfriend was pretty much chuckled. I will say this, and cringe and sad at the same time. But I will say this, and this is my own. This is my opinion. You shouldn't. You shouldn't do that. Okay. I don't care what you do. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you're a fan, but You should have told your boyfriend before. When I say before, I mean before you got in the concert, because you can, us men, we can be very jealous toward another man, especially who are celebrities. So they happen all the time, you know. And to for her to apologize, I will say this. I'm 50-50. I'm probably gonna forgive her, but I will not personally, because because you have a boyfriend and you're dancing not in front of him, in front of the thousand stage. There's a thousand stage. I mean, a lot of people in that concert, and 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 that you did not talk to your boyfriend after the concert, and and you can see the boyfriend walk away from her, trying to be alone, and one of her friends tried to tell the girl you were wrong. I agree with that girl. He shouldn't. He shouldn't have done that. But it's entertainment, and that's not the first time we've seen it. You know, me personally, I should have told him right before. Right before we went to a concert. Maybe I'll tell you. I'll do this. If I have a lady, if I have a girlfriend, and for example, a singer like Victoria Monet trying to call me out on the stage and dance around me, I would told her right before the concert, right before. And I don't artists picking randomly. I'm just saying that in the house. I'm just saying in the house that it could happen one day that an artist will pick me and dance around this from a female artist like that, or a female artist dancing on me. So it could happen like that, but I wish she has told her uh uh in at home. But let me hear your thought on social media. If you think that she was wrong, say yes or no on my Twitter account, and why she was wrong or right. But those are my opinion. On my opinion. So that is the end of the podcast today, and I want to say this, that thank you very much for listening to my podcast. If you want to follow me on my social media, so let's go with Instagram. My Instagram account is Pascal _Mayala_15. Same thing with Threads. Um, Pascal _Mayala_15. On my Twitter account is Belly versus PMM. On my Twitter account, actually X, formerly Twitter. I always forget about that. X, formerly Twitter. And if you want to listen to my previous podcast, uh, you can listen it to Spotify, on Apple Podcast, and on the Google Podcast Manager. So thank you very much for listening to my podcast, and I'll see you next time.